Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning and welcome to Story Time. Thank you for joining me. Happy Monday to you and your loved ones. And as always, glad you're here with us today for Story Time, another live Story Time. And I hope that you enjoy it. Thank you so much for being here and so glad you're here. I hope that you had a wonderful weekend. I hope your Saturday and Sunday were good. And of course, I hope that you have a lovely week coming up ahead. We do have some amazing stories coming up to you this week. Stories that encourage deep thinking, stories that will just leave you in awe, and they are beautiful as well, just beautifully illustrated, beautifully written. I cannot wait to share these ones coming back to Story Time, some of them after a while and some of them more recently, but it is a powerful lineup, amazing books coming up, and of course wishing you a very wonderful day indeed. And of course today we kick off with one of my favorites, and this one is called Over the Moon, and it is written by James Proimos and illustrated by Zoey Abbott. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope that you enjoy it. Thank you for joining us on Storytime. This one is coming to you from Chronicle Books of San Francisco, and another pile here waits for the rest of the week. And of course, if you're like me, Friday is a holiday for you. I hope that you have a wonderful day off. But of course, we will have our Storytime right here, right at the same time, 7 a.m. Pacific time, as well as 11. Thank you so much for joining in, and I'm glad you're here. And also, as you know, the charity ride to Sacramento is happening 23rd of April, and it is looking good. So close to the goal, so close. Please keep sharing the word, keep spreading the word, keep supporting. Thank you so much for all your support, all your sharing, all your words of encouragement. I am glad that we're here together, and I hope that you had a good weekend indeed. Thank you, and get ready, get comfortable, get cozy, as we'll be getting started with this one very shortly. Over the Moon, this one by James Primus and illustrations by Zoey Abbott, and read with permission of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Good morning to you. How are you doing? Who is with us this morning? How are you doing? Chris and Mitchell Adams, thank you so much for joining in, and say good morning from a very chilly Vermont. Fake spring didn't last long. We're back to winter. Oh my goodness. But thank you for being here. I hope that you have a wonderful time despite the chilly weather. Thank you so much for being here. Good morning to you, Bolden. How are you doing? And to say happy to be joining in Story Time today. I am glad you're here. Thank you so much for joining in. Bolden, good morning to you, and I hope you're enjoying everything that's happening so far, and of course sending you hugs. Thank you for joining in today. Chris and Mitchell Adams, thank you for being here on Story Time. Thank you. Good morning to you, Amanda West. How are you doing today? And of course, Sarah and Nathan. And you're also chilling, Illinois. Yes, indeed. Two cold places today. Here in Oakland, it is raining out. It is raining out, gray and rainy, and it promises to be like that for the rest of the day. Well, thank you for joining in and for sharing, letting us know how you are, how it is where you are. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Excited to be here with you as always. And a wonderful book indeed coming back. This one always, just manages to get me emotional, and I hope that you enjoy it. It is a beautiful one indeed. And just talking about, growing up, love, letting go, and also drawing closer. So it is a fun one. It is a beautiful one, and I hope that you enjoy this one. Thank you for joining us. Please, as always, remember to let us know where you're joining in from and who is joining in with you. And of course, if you're joining us for the recording, still leave us a message. Let us know you were here. Share with your friends. Let them know story time is happening. Thank you so much for being here. Absolutely appreciate it. All right, get ready. Get cozy, get comfortable. Our story is about to begin, and we'll be right back after this message. So please do join me on the other side so we can enjoy a beautiful story together. Thank you for being here.
Hi, I'm Patsy Miller, and I write picture books for readers of all ages. And you are watching Storytime with Mr. LaMotta. Happy reading.
Thank you. Pat Zitlomila has brand new books out too, so please check them out. Beautiful, beautiful books indeed. All right, here we go. Over the Moon. This one coming to you from James Proimos and Zoey Abbott. And of course, we're reading it with permission of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Here we go. Over the Moon. By James Proimos, illustrations by Zoey Abbott, published and read with permission of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. When a baby floats down a river, she doesn't think about her place in the world. She just goes with the flow. Someone going to rescue that baby. When two wolves sit on the river's edge, the first wolf thinks about good and evil, light and dark, right and wrong. What about the second one? Well, the second wolf thinks about dinner. When two wolves spot a baby floating down the river, they agree it would be a good idea to scoop her up and take her home. So they do. Aw, yay. Having trouble with my pages today. There we go. When the two wolves get the baby home, they are both over the moon with joy. The first wolf says, we will nourish her and teach her about good and evil, dark and light, right and wrong. The second wolf says, I was planning on eating her. But the wolves do teach her well. And the baby grows into a young girl. When the first wolf says, I love you, child, and the second wolf says, I must admit, you make a better girl than you would have made a meal. The girl is happy. Oh. The days pass and the girl grows stronger and wiser. The first wolf says, "Time moves too fast." The second wolf says, "I'm afraid she will leave us one day." That was the whole point of nourishing her and teaching her about good and evil, dark and light, right and wrong, says the first wolf. One day, when the girl goes out to pick berries for dinner, she sees something she has never seen before. She runs home. She does not even know why. What did she see? When night falls, the girl can't stop thinking about what she saw. The world is upside down. She is not the girl she was before. The girl goes back to the spot again and again and again. When the girl tells the wolves it is time for her to go, the first wolf says, "That is why we nourished you and taught you about good and evil, light and dark, right and wrong." The second wolf tries hard not to, but sheds a tear. Oh. Suddenly, the ground feels like a river, and the current takes her to the building. And to an open door. Now, the girl and the wolves will spend their days apart. Now, the girl and the wolves will spend their days apart. But when each day ends, the wolves will be there to scoop the girl into their arms and take her home. As they did from the river so very long ago. The end. Thank you so much for joining me on Storytime today. I hope that you enjoyed this wonderful book indeed. This one is called Over the Moon. And as the wolves were learning in there, the little girl is learning, growing. It always just a reminder to, to all families, friends, love prevails, but also, our little ones will grow. Our little ones will want to explore and discover what this world has to offer. So parents, a wonderful story for you there too. And also kids, just let's enjoy the moments that we have with our little ones, enjoy them to the fullest, and knowing too that we're nourishing them, preparing them for a world that is ahead. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. I hope you enjoyed that one. And indeed, love always prevails. Children will always come back. So I know how I feel about going back home. So thank you so much for joining in Story Time. I hope you enjoyed this one. It is indeed did a beautiful story and just love seeing how everybody was changing and learning in that story. Thank you so much for joining us on Storytime today. I hope you are well. I hope you enjoyed it. And of course, we're back for more Storytime. And tomorrow we'll be bringing back another one of our favorites. And tomorrow we'll be looking at Forever or a Day. This one coming to you from Sarah Jacoby. And of course, it is also coming from Chronicle Books of San Francisco. So please do join us tomorrow and enjoy this wonderful one, Forever or a Day, coming to you from Sarah Jacoby. Thank you so much for joining in today. I hope that this one left you over the moon. Thank you for being here. I am glad you were here indeed. This one is written by James Proimos and illustrations by Zoey Abbott. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you loved it. And of course, we'll see you again tomorrow for more Storytime. Once again, thank you to all of you that are joining in Storytime. Chrissy Mitchell Adams, Bowden, thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Absolutely appreciate you. And I hope that weather does improve very, very soon. I hope, though, you still enjoy your day. Thank you for being here. Absolutely love it. Bowden and Chrissy out in Vermont, thank you so much for joining us. Good morning to you one more time, Sarah and Nathan, and of course, Amanda West. And you're saying it is chilly out in Illinois. Thank you so much for being here. To everybody that is joining in Storytime, we're sending you nothing but love and hugs and wishing you a very beautiful day. Yes, the most beautiful of days. I hope that you enjoy it. I hope that you have a wonderful time. Please remember too that I will be taking part in the charity ride from Oakland to Sacramento. That is coming up very, very shortly. April 23rd. It is getting closer and closer. So please help me plan this ride. And of course, right now, we are so close to raising the intended target. And we'll keep trying, keep spreading that word, and indeed believing that our community can do this together. We've done it already, really looking at where we are. Let's so close. Let's do it. Thank you so much for all your support, for spreading the word, and indeed just your encouragement, your encouraging words, and knowing too that we do have a wonderful community indeed. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. I will see you again tomorrow with another exciting story. And as said, tomorrow we will be reading Forever or a Day, another beautiful book. If you know Sarah Jacoby, you know Sarah Jacoby illustrations and of course writing, and you know you're in for a treat. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you again tomorrow for more story time. I hope you enjoyed the one that we had for you today. Bye-bye.
Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing.